Welcome back to another episode of
Why It Works.
Today we are going to be talking about Ghost, the Call of Duty character, and the recent edits on TikTok that have been going viral about him. Here are some examples.
Take it off.
Show my face.
Yes, sir.
Negative.
Are you ugly?
Quite the opposite.
My theory is that this is an intentional marketing scheme by Activision Blizzard, but regardless of whether or not the trend is manufactured or emergent or some combination of both, emergent meaning kind of like organically happening on its own, I'm going to explain why it works, and we're going to break down the exact sort of makeup of this type of marketing. Without further ado, let's hop in. Starting with the audio and visual design, what we're looking at here are fan cam edits, except in this instance, it is not BTS characters or, Joe from You, or some popular drama, or, just musicians. We're looking at a fan cam edit of a Call of Duty character. A fan cam edit is basically a remix of the existing media, often using velocity edits. It can be done on your phone in things like CapCut. It can be done on After Effects, which is very popular. Basically, these edits make up a massive portion of TikTok and are kind of a staple of the modern fandom. Now, what makes this one so interesting is that it is directly tied to the release of the new Modern Warfare 2. I am of the belief that Activision Blizzard, in its $55 billion valuation and its likely very massive marketing department, is trying to ensure that the success and awareness of their game is immediate and apparent. And I would say, based off of the prevalence of this trend, the random TikTokers who probably don't play Call of Duty super often making thirst traps to this audio is success of it reaching the popular culture like heights. What's also very smart here is the actual piece of media that's going viral. Outside of fan cam edits of Ghost, we're seeing sound bites go viral. Now, why is a soundbite going viral so freaking valuable for an entity that's marketing something? Well, I will tell you. Let's say you want to have a viral piece of media online and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? In one world, you could budget it out. Now, to get around, this is going to sound insane, but 500 million impressions on TikTok, 500 million, you're typically going to need to spend, if you're paying influencers directly and paying premiums, you're going to be spending around $3 million. This is like most agencies that don't spend super economically and are working with really large creators. This can vary heavily, and you can find people who will do it for a lot less. Likewise, on YouTube, if you want to get 500 million impressions, you're going to be spending like $15 million. Now, realistically, you're going to get closer to like 100 million for 3 million, but that's even probably underestimating what their real marketing budget for this game is. Now, what if I told you for maybe 100K, you could get as many impressions on TikTok? You create something that people will then use to go viral on their own on TikTok. This is the brilliance of the Ghost TikTok sound. You have basically created an organically marketing mechanism where people want to participate in this trend and are just spreading tons and tons of media about your new IP release. You're going to be basically like carpet bombing across tons of smaller editing accounts, trying to basically push people to say, this is the hot thing right now, you want to do an edit like this, and people are going to kind of pick up on this altogether. That, I believe, is what happened here. And the basic formula is actually so meaningful to me because I myself have pitched this to brands in the past year and a half, actually to 2 different ones. And one of them, this did happen on a smaller scale, and I'll tell you what the formula was. Number 1, you get a soundbite from the desired media. This could be an interview snippet. This could be a snippet of a movie, of a video game. You get the audio. It says something like, take off your mask.
Take it off.
Negative.
Negative.
Why, are you ugly?
Are you ugly?
Quite the opposite.
Quite the opposite.
So you get cool audio, call and response. People can do different sides. People get to play the cooler Ghost character. And then audio number 2 is trending music. So Playboy Cardi, Yeet, something with a lot of 808s, something that just like the beat drops. Then you do the edit where it's like lots of auto velocity things, or it's someone, posing and looking very beautiful. That is the recipe for like 90% of these trending audios whenever they're really trying to push a specific thing, whether it's, promoting a creator, promoting a movie, a product. It is something that is hard to execute on, and it takes a very concerted effort among a bunch of different accounts to push a trend. I said in a prior video with the Walk to Poland thing, typically around 5,000 videos is when you're going to see it start to organically pick up. But if the edits go viral enough and the sound is good enough, it can be a lot less. Now that we know the anatomy of this exact trend, let's talk about why Ghost is such a good pick. Well, for those familiar with Modern Warfare or just Call of Duty as a whole, you likely know of Modern Warfare 2's massive success about a decade ago, really one of the most popular first-person shooters, kind of like a staple of most of Gen Z's childhood. And inside of Modern Warfare 2, there was a character named Ghost in the campaign who is kind of this very cool masked character. We could talk a lot about the mimetic significance of masked characters. There's a lot of projection and, mystery. Think Dream pre-mask reveal. Everyone wanted to know what he actually looked like. There were trends around, when's the reveal happening, and once you actually give that reveal, you're losing some of that power you have. So Ghost is not revealing his face, and that's a lot of what the discourse when people are like, oh, Ghost should do a face reveal. That makes it even more, mimetically potent. Beyond that, I would say there's a massive nostalgia angle where a lot of the comments you're seeing are people saying, I played Call of Duty when I was a kid. I can't believe I am thirst trapping to him now on TikTok, or watching freaking random people thirst trap to Ghost. Never thought this would happen. These factors in tandem, the mystery, the nostalgia, the sort of novelty of bringing back this character, all of these add to why he is such a good pick, which actually bridges into this last third major idea, which is the Sigma edit. Now, fan cam edits are a staple of many fandoms, but Sigma edits are almost a recent development in the past year and a half, and I have, again, a personal connection to this. I will throw up an example of a video here. Friend of the channel, Meme Analysis, actually did a fantastic analysis on Sigma males that I am the cover of. The origins of Sigma males are actually much deeper in the internet than the recent kind of past year and a half of trends around it. In fact, it is actually stemmed from the very kind of manosphere obsession with beta, alpha, omega, the different types of men. It's called the sociosexual hierarchy, and I might be mispronouncing this name. It's off the top of my head, but
Vox Day
is the name of the writer. He's kind of this, I guess, incel philosopher type. I might be giving him a little more credit than his due, but he writes kind of about Christian Bale he's 50% Sigma and 50% Alpha, and you can tell because of this. You can tell that he's a Sigma because he's like Keanu Reeves and he likes to ride his motorcycle alone. And the origins of the Sigma male meme are actually rooted out of people really honestly engaging in that discourse as if it is a really good way to judge the value of men. It's ambiance. The Sigma male meme, as of a year ago, is sort of an ironic embracing of OG Sigma male memes and these videos that are 5 reasons you're a Sigma male. Kind of manosphere type content to make men feel more secure and better about themselves and understanding their role in relation to other people and kind of feeling comfortable being an introvert. It sort of spawned out of that, and all of these film characters kind of got roped in as these quintessential Sigma figures, and you get all of these Sigma meme accounts that pop up, which are sort of appropriating Grussel set, hustle culture, cringe entrepreneurship Instagram accounts, taking them to an insane extreme where it's Patrick Bateman, murder 3 homeless people, Sigma grind set. And it's a very post-ironic embracing of the original writings that was almost satirical, but was also sort of adopting, I would say, this warrants an entirely different video, but what was incel became kind of schizo Sigma over the past 2 years. Those communities, kind of the frog Twitter, more alt-right, people who self-identified as black-pilled, we have entered the Sigma schizo as they start to age into having to interact with the world more, which, again, warrants another video, but there's a deep history here of the evolution of the Sigma male to where, the Patrick Bateman outfit is the most popular Halloween costume last in this year, one of the most popular Halloween costumes. We're kind of at the end of the trend now, and oh man, there's a plane. I'm gonna let the plane pass too. It's passed. We're really at the end of the trend now in a lot of ways. I think peak was a year and a half ago, and it has, in the adoption curve, really hit mass adoption since then, and we're on the downturn. And I really see two sort of splits that are indicative of this, one of which is people using it as a marketing strategy, something I myself have harked to brands, and we're seeing Activision do extremely well right now. Like, Ghost is very much a Sigma character in the style of edits. Like, look at this Patrick Bateman edit, look at this Ghost edit. Frickin' like identical editing styles, identical aesthetics, identical fan bases who will be like, yes, I am this dude. Both ironically and not ironically, because most people are not these dudes. These are fictional characters. But the other indicator is someone who I've taken an interest in over the past few months, which is a guy named Luca Maxim. He's a musician who is using Sigma marketing to popularize his song. I think it's called Do You Bleed It All? I'll put it up right here. Basically, in the latter phases of the Sigma trend, we see the adoption of really absurd language like collecting rare fish, collecting uncles, like the GDP of Mongolia, protecting that, fighting off Zara employees. Some of these were in existence than others. Luca Maxim has helped introduce to further bolster Sigma lore. But all in all, the genius of this is that he is taking from this existing fan base, making his song really the anthem of whatever remains of the Grussel set entrepreneurship, post-Sigma landscape into Luca Maxim fans. All in all, I think what we see here is likely an emergent trend, but I believe this was bolstered by Activision. I think the blueprint is too simple for them not to have tried. It could be, and it's a fair criticism to be like, Blair, maybe people really just like Ghost and they're such fans and nostalgic about this game having its campaign released that they're making these edits now. And I would wager that is a component of it, and all good trends should be able to take emergently, and that is why it's like fuzzy. But I do believe an entity like Activision has every degree of interest to raise as much awareness about their new game as possible. These are like massive pieces of IP akin to like a frickin' new iPhone. Additionally, the game itself is sort of like a wider play to get people to upgrade their systems, and there's a lot of like complicated, interconnected economic factors. But when I see random TikTok girls doing, thirst traps to Ghost, I see a really, really brilliant use of media and the new kind of mimetic medium. And I would wager there is likely some, influence from Activision here. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, it is what it is.